Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching CGHOW video. Today I created this very basic portal effect in UE5 Niagara, and I'll create it from scratch so you can understand better. And if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe it. If you like this video, like, share and comment, and let's start this.
CGHOW. CGHOW.
First of all, subscribe my YouTube channel and also click on bell icon so you will receive all new video notification. So this is the reference I found on ArtStation. This guy Pedro Becerra, he created this really cool magic portal effect, and I'll put the link in the description. You can check his other work or you can follow him. And I'll try to create the similar effect in very short time, although this looks really good, and he really he must have given some time to create this. So to create this in 30 minutes or 20 minutes really uh, tough. It's really tough to create it in very short time. So let's create it. So first we need two rings that we can all create in material, but this text we will create in Photoshop. So in Photoshop I'll just create a new texture and let's make it black and white, and on a new layer I'll just type something. So let me choose a good font first. Maybe we can use this one, or if I type here, yeah. So I will type CGHOW Unreal Engine Niagara tutorials. Okay, and I will decrease the size. Okay, and place it here actually, and select again this whole text and increase the size so it will almost touch here. Okay, and I'll just remove this, and then into the filter I'll go to distort polar coordination. You need to convert it to smart object. Okay, oops, I did the wrong. You need to take this first one. Okay, so you have a ring. Okay, and this looks little weird, so what I'll do, first select all and go to this, and you can increase the width of this, the height, maybe this much, and then apply, select this, apply polar coordinate again. Now this look much better than before, but this CGHOW still look very big, so I'll double click again and I'll just type CGHOW in short. Okay, so now it is I can use, and the color should be white with text, but this has now become a layer of raster, so I'll just make it white from here. So we have this ring and we can just control T or scale it down a little bit, or maybe we can do it this much. So I'll just save it to the desktop text ring and JPEG, no sorry, Targa desktop text ring. Now here I will make a material ring. Okay, and if you see this whole thing is like there's dissolved material on it. Okay, so what I'll do, I need a ring, two rings actually. So you can take a radial and then you can take, let me try a new thing. This thing I never done, to create a two rings. So to create a one ring, you can do this, and then if you take the three color vector, you will have this thing. So we have these green two rings, we can extract that, I think. So what I'll do, I'll actually make the red black and the blue also black. So we will not blue, yeah, we need to make that blue also black. But now we will see we have only, oh, this is the blue actually, sorry, this is RGB. So this is red. So we have two rings, and now we can use the cheap contrast here. And one, so at one we have two rings, okay, and we can even more, we can do that contrast, okay. And I'll make dynamic parameter. First I'll make for the density, this is my density, and then second will be my contrast, and then I'll take the particles and multiply this, and that should not be green, so this should be white, so I'll just put the one here, and then this will, I will use it as translucent and lit two-sided. Then I'll import my texture, that texturing, and drag in here, and to scale it, because we need to manage it here somewhere, so I will take the scale UV from center and texture coordinate here, and this will be my text scale, and this should actually add on that ring, and then this will go here. And also actually you can just directly connect it here, this emissive, and you can multiply this with the opacity and then connect it here. Okay, so let's save this, and I'll browse this and make a Niagara effects. So this will be my ring. Okay, material here, and I don't need these all things for now. I just need one particle, so I'll use just burst one, and okay, let it be loopable and make it 3. I'll make life maybe 2. Actually this is loopable, no, it's coming, then it just keep there for a very long time. So we can just make this to 5 and life maybe 4.5. okay, and we need now dynamic parameter and refresh it. Okay, so we have the density, that should be 1 by default, contrast was 5, and this should be 1. And let's disable the mask and make the size maybe 100. So you can see we have this text that we can increase or decrease, but this is repeating, so you can make it clamp if you want. So now if I scale it up or down, you can see it's not repeating. So, and then we have this density to increase the size of this. Okay, and then we have contrast to make it thinner. So let's say I make it this much, then I decrease the size of text, and then city should be like actually this much. Text will fit, and we can increase the size from here. So we have almost the same thing now, but this is also dissolving. So the same thing we have now here. Then dissolve. Okay, you can make it purple, and okay, maybe 5 or 20 for now. Okay, so now dissolving part. So I'll take the texture, and I'll take the blur, and you see that dissolve is very sharp. There is not fading edge or anything, it is very sharp. So you can just simply take the step node and just multiply this step with the opacity, and then this step will be a parameter, so this will be dissolved. Okay, set this. Now here, see, we have this. So one value means zero point 0.4, 0.5 means it is full, and 0 means it's gone. So this should be 0 to 0.5 value. So I'll make a curve. Initially it will be 0, and at 0.2 or 0.1 I'll make it 0.5. So if I play, actually this will be 0.3. Okay, this is fine. Okay, and the texture tiling you can increase maybe, or okay, let it be. So next thing, so this appear like this slowly, and then there is a brightness, too much brightness. Okay, too much brightness in it, and then brightness decreases. So at point 3 we have this full effect. So what we can do, we can take a scale color and make it float curve. And remember, after point 3 we need a lot of brightness. So what I'll do, at 0.29 the brightness is 1, and at 0.32 the brightness is like 10 times more, and then one more key, at 0.5 it becomes again normal. And let's check it. So it's actually very late. So 0.25, 0.26, and it should be like 50. And this is very much saturated. I make it little this, and okay, so we got this. Next thing is, so when there is a very brightness, so there is a glow, and there is some kind of rays also from it, and that you can create if you want, like the rays are just coming from the text, not the ring. So in here you can just make use actually first Control T and scale it down, and then just apply a blur, radial blur, best quality, zoom maybe this much. You can use this much or maybe more. Okay, and just save it. and you can save it in the same texture if you want. So what I can do, I can duplicate this, and then I can merge these layers, Control E, and then Control A and Control C, and then in this one I'll undo, and then in the new channel like G, I'll paste that. This copy, paste. Why it's not pasting? Okay, let's merge this. Okay, paste. So we have two channels in one texture, and then we can save this again, Targa, and save it, and in Unreal I'll import this. Okay, so and we can make one more emitter if you want, or you can use the same emitter and same material. So in this one you can copy this, paste it here, and I'll make one more dynamic parameter, make it 1, and these are rays. So to manage the rays, and we will use the green channel. So I will add that green channel on this, whatever you have the last node, and then it will go here. Okay, and also I use a multiply here to control the opacity of my rays. So this will be rays scale, and then rays opacity. I'll just hit save. So now in here you have already rays, and with dynamic parameter 1 you can make this 1 and 1. So you can increase that rays or decrease that rays. You need to make sure it is there, and also turn this random rotation off, and you can see we have rays, and then we have the opacity. So when these rays are coming, you need to check. If I play, and these rays are fading from the outer part, you can also do that. Take a radial, and radial is white from the center, and then it is fading. So you can multiply this radial with this, and of course you need to handle the radius and the density. So this will be radial, this will be density. So uh, raise mask radius, and this will be raise mask density. I'll save it again. So now if we'll see, uh, refresh this, and I'll make this 1, and this will also 1. So you have this raise, and we can increase the opacity for now, and this is the radius. If I make the density 0.5, or less, it is 1, and if I decrease the radius, you can see it is fading from the outer. You can increase the opacity from here. Okay, and then you can increase the scale from here also. So you have this rays now. Okay, and when it is coming, when this become very bright, so there are rays coming, and then there are rays. So the opacity will be animate. So this is now 3.5. I'll just put a curve. So when there's a glow at 0.3. So that means at 0.3 the rays will be 3.5, and at 0.28 it will be 0. So initially there will be no rays. When there's a glow, there's rays, you can see. If you want to make that race longer, you can do that. You need to just go to your Photoshop, go to your layer, and you can just apply that thing again 2-3 times if you want, so it will be longer. So let's say you have this, uh, and you can just save it again. And in dynamic parameter, I can include this also. Okay, so we have also rays. The next thing, when there's a glow and everything after that, and also there is a core glow that is scaling down. So for that, I'll just duplicate this. We cannot create a whole thing in one, so we will duplicate it, and this will be our core. And in this, I just take a additive radial like this, and we don't need any parameter. We will use like 10 particles with random size. First, this size will be like 60 or maybe 70, and I'll use random actually. So maximum will be 70, and I'll use maybe 20. So we will have this, and I will put the everything same, the life and everything. I will just animate this, so here this should be 0. So initially there will be no glow, and there is a glow, and then it will scale down. So after 0.26 it will scale down. So I will use the size, and the first key will be 0.25, 0.26, it is 1, and then at 0.5 it become half. So see, like this, and you can like this. And the next thing, so after the core there is also this rotating spirals and then some particles. So I will make one more material, that will be my Swirl. So M Swirl. There can be some ways to create that. You can use a mesh that has a UVs like that, so you will just pan the texture straight and it will be Swirl. But if you want to work on the sprite, you can take a texture. I will use aura in my case, this one, then vector to radial, and just connect it here, and I'll make it translucent and unlit, and also to side. So you have this already, and there's a seam here. You can fix that, and then for the tiling, I will multiply it with a append. So I will have the both tiling X and Y. I'll put the 1 in both, and let's increase the Y, X, maybe 5. So this should be 1, this should be 2. Okay, actually it should be 5.5. Yeah, so I want that swirl. So what I'll do, you need to add something here. So this is the UVs, and if you will preview this, like if I take this one and preview, this is how it is. Okay, so if you add something like mask, and if you take the red channel, this is the red channel. If you take the green channel, this is the green channel. So I want to add this here and then connect it here and see what happened. This is the swirl. This is already we have, and to control you can multiply this before adding here. So if I make it like 0.3, this will be a less swirl. Okay, and then we need a radial of course and multiply this with the radial, so it will cut it in a radial form like this. We have tiling that we can make a parameter, so x and y default value are 5 and 0.5, 5 and 0.5. This is your x tile, this is your y tile, and this is the swirl amount. So this is swirl amount, and for now let's just use this much, save it. So this swirl comes when there's a glow. So after glow, actually with glow this swirls appear. So I'll just use this, and actually you need to connect it here and take the particle color, and one last thing I'll do, I have a parameter, so I will make a power node here. So let's connect these here, power node, and to just dissolve it. So this is for dissolve. Now I'll browse this, and in my FX I'll duplicate this code, Control T, Control D actually. This is swirl, and I'll just use that. I don't want to scale it down, so I'll remove that, and we have this swirl, and we will increase the size. Of course this will not be random, this much I think, yeah, this will be this much. And then we have this dynamic parameter. Default dialing will be 1, swirl will be 1, dissolve will be 1. Okay, so now we can decrease the dissolve or increase this dissolve. Then this is the swirl, and then we have tiling 0.5, and increase this maybe 3, and I'll just make it like 5 and increase the alpha maybe 5 or 10. Let me check one more thing. This is transient, cool. So we have this, and this should be rotating, so I'll take a rate, rotation rate, and just put here maybe 500. I don't know how far it should be, maybe 100. And the core should have the 1 shorting, because this will be above the swirl, and in this swirl this is 0, but at 0 it's showing you the black and white. This should be transparent at the 0. Let me isolate this. So at 1 it is there, and here white is black. Oh, because the alpha is there, and so we need to just copy this curve, copy and paste it on the alpha, and with this is 0, this should be 1, and this should be 1 actually. Okay, so it will transparent, then it will appear like this. Little black should be there. Too. Cool. And on this wheel, of course, this looks different, but you can you can use you can make this with your different textures. And then I'll duplicate this wheel, and in this one, in the second wheel, what I'll do, I'll actually dissolve it too much, like this much, and then I'll increase this to maybe 100. It will be bright, and decrease alpha to 1. And this will be the one shorting, so it will be above. And if I let's make it little pinkish and make it like 1000. And also I'll increase the size here. There will be some, and rotation rate I'll increase to 150. It will be faster. Okay, and there are some from coming outside that you can of course duplicate it again and increase the size like this much, and I can dissolve it even more and change the rate to maybe 200. And also I'll increase the swirl to 1, and I'll actually use, there are 10 particles in it, but oh, that's why there's an issue. So all 10 particles, I will just use the random rotation here, so there will be lots of particles, like 3, 2, 3 is enough. So that's why these looks weird. It should be just one particle, and in this one also this should be one particle. I didn't check before, but yeah. Now we have this, and there is also particle swirl. So like there's a volume, spherical volume of particles. So I'll just duplicate the glow core, copy, Control C, and paste it here. Particle, particles. Okay, and we have this. I'll remove this, and also I don't need this curve here. I will take the shape location, sphere, and I will use 100 particles. Particle size should be like 5 or 1. Let me check. This is, I think, too big. Yeah, this much is enough. And then Vortex. I'll use a Y key actually, and this is rotating. And there's some particles rotating with that swirl, so you can do one thing. In your swirl, I'll just duplicate this, Control D. Oops, Control D. We have this swirl 1, and on the planar, if I preview this, and if I make this swirl 1, this should be visible. Let it visible. Okay, so now here in this texture I can use that different texture. I have one texture, stars. So you can see we have these stars, and everything I will use the same. I'll just hit the save, And this swirl one, I'll go here in my effects, I'll copy the swirl, control C and paste it here, and I'll use the swirl one material and make the shorting maybe 2, so it will be above everything 2. And see, nothing is showing, so now you can see. So you can see we have this now. It's loading too fast, let's make it 10. And in these particles we can make it very small, maybe 1.5, and then also some will be very bright. And also this one, I think we will use the same curve, copy and here paste, so it will also appear when there is a glow. So it doesn't look exact same, this look really cool, but yeah, you got the idea. And there's also some glow outer side here that you can use. If I'll just copy this code, copy and paste it here, and in this one I'll remove the size and also make the shorting again 0, and that color should be very like 1 for now, and turn this off. And I'll increase the size. Maybe first I'll use a uniform and make the 300, and then I'll decrease it to make it like this much. And see, this glow is more here but less here, so that's a little offset you can do here. So I can just make it -20, -5 actually. So now you can see, and I can make it even like 0.5, like this. So in the viewport, if I just open this full screen, this looks cool. And in these particles you can add little color noise if you want. So in these particles, color noise maybe just 50, and maybe 100. So this is the thing. And things are not matching, and why? So these parting are actually looping. So, and there's two burst here, I don't know why. So yeah, nice, cool. Yeah, cool. So that's it. So this is final. So thanks for watching. Keep learning.